favorite news, Odell Beckham Jr. has found his home with the Baltimore Ravens, signs a 1 year, $18 million. Am I crazy or does that sound like a lot of money for 1 year?
It's a lot of money for a guy with 34-year-old knees. Didn't play last year. Kind of was on the decline other than a nice little postseason run with the Rams.
Yeah.
I know that Baltimore needs receivers and they need to show some commitment to that position, but you're in a standoff with your franchise quarterback. There's a solid chance that, Tyler Huntley is going to be starting games for you next year. I don't know if that's where I would put my money.
So, do you think this changes things with Lamar?
No. I
think that
like adding OBJ doesn't make this receiving core ultimately better. I mean, Rashad Bateman, can he stay healthy? Looks like Mark Andrews, he didn't have as good as of year as he's had. And I think this makes more interesting the Aaron Rodgers news because this was one of his criteria. Like, I got to have OBJ and all these great receivers. So maybe this, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers to me feels like he's not going to the Jets at this point. It would have happened a long time ago. I mean, the draft is coming up in a couple of weeks. Green Bay would have wanted a first-round draft pick. So I think Aaron Rodgers is heading to retirement, honestly.
Okay. Tyler's got Aaron Rodgers pegged at retirement and Lamar Jackson not landing in Baltimore.
I'll double down on my Lamar pick. Lamar to the Vikings. Yes, I got hate on TikTok. I hear y'all. Yep, skull. Lamar to the Vikings. Jets are holding out for Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Okay.
You can't tell me Kirk Cousins wouldn't be an upgrade over what they had or have.
I agree.
They think Kirk's the guy.
Now the Jets have a lot of weapons and at wide receiver now. So
they got Mike White's gone. So who else is going to be next? If they can't get Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson. You're up, bud.
Is Zach Wilson still on the team?
Yeah.
He's the He's the only active quarterback on the roster.
Yep.
I mean,
they should have at least signed like Taylor Heineke or something.
This would be the most Aaron Rodgers thing to have a shopping list of wide receivers. They go get him, and he goes, I'm going to go hang out in the darkness retreat, smoke my mushrooms, and just kind of chill.
We know one thing. He's definitely not going back to the Packers because Green Bay is done with him.
Yeah, they're gonna have to sign Matt Ryan if all this falls through because he's like the only quarterback.
The saving grace of Matt Ryan, they're gonna still go like 4-12.
Yeah, that would be well. You think the Packers are done on the Jordan Love experiment? I mean, they haven't really given him a shot.
Oh no, I meant the Jets would have to.
Oh, the Jets, gotcha.
Matt Ryan. They're just starting the Jordan Love experiment because he's hardly had any playing time. I mean, he started in a couple of games, but not as many games as Aaron Rodgers has had.
He got drafted in Joe Burrow's draft class, also Justin Jefferson's draft class. He's the guy they took instead of getting Jefferson. Had they picked Jefferson, that would have changed everything for Rodgers and company. But
if they had Jay Jettis, they would have definitely won a Super Bowl whenever they lost to the Buccaneers in that 1 year.
Yeah, definitely. So, there's still a lot of things to play out, but I think come draft night, we'll know where the Jets stand for sure. Hopefully, Rodgers gives them a decision by then. Or I guess it's not really Rodgers; it's the Packers. The Jets
could trade up too. I mean, they do have their picks, and they could trade up and get
a quarterback for the future. Say screw you, Rodgers.
Yeah, hit him with a discount double check, a little double reverse move. Draft Anthony Richardson. Who knows?
And
I still think Lamar's a great fit there. They might be bluffing on that altogether.
We'll see. The NFL is a waiting game.
They should not let go of Mike White. I mean, he was definitely the
Mike
better
White was the
quarterback than what they have right now.
He's in the division still too.
Yeah, the team loved him. I mean, he had the swag. He had to fight. He had the dog in him. I mean, I picked him up in fantasy, and he sucked.
If the Jets strike out with Aaron Rodgers, they might have to go get Teddy Two Gloves.
Is he still playing?
Yeah. He's the third string maybe in the Dolphins now.
Or they could trade for Trey Lance. There's always that option.
That's true. That's probably I don't know. You're just dealing with fire because he's the same boat as Zach Wilson. I mean,
wow, that would
Trey
really
Lance just hasn't really
bust.
Yeah, Trey Lance is starting to become a bust too. I mean, he hasn't even seen the field half the time.
I don't know if you can say he's a bust because he got hurt in the first series of the season, so it's like, you can't really judge
That
him
reminds
yet.
me of somebody.
Zion Williamson in the NBA.
Yeah.
If you go trade away somebody for Trey Lance and you already missed on Zach Wilson, then those two are complete bust.
Get
Justin
Will
Fields
Levis
looks
strike
okay,
3.
and Trevor Lawrence is sitting there like a king. So I mean, they would have missed 2 out of the top 3 prospects. That's a pretty raw deal. So that's a risk if they make that trade.
I think that's a front office issue there. The Jets might want to reevaluate that.
It's been that for like at least a decade.
Yeah, I think at that point you just got to look at it from the top. It's not the quarterback's fault every time.
Not as bad as the Browns, though. The Browns are worse when it comes to quarterbacks.
Deshaun Watson, $252 million guaranteed to get all the massages he wants.
Didn't look like a $250 million quarterback last year whenever he was on the field, that's for sure.
They probably wanted him to tank a little bit, get the draft picks. They're playing in like 5-degree weather against New Orleans in his first game back.